Menu. Rey Mysterio returns to attack Dominic. Everything we loved about WWE Raw. Follow, like, thread, link copied to clipboard. By Andrew Kelly. 16 hours ago, WWE took over the Rio Ranchos Events Center in Rio Ranchos, New Mexico last night for the November 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw, following on from a big edition of Saturday night's main event that saw two new world champions crowned. Raw this week had plenty that fans loved up and down the show, and these moments deserve some spotlight and mention. Whether it be the wild one-night trajectory of Logan Paul's character, the return of a Hall of Fame legend, top-class tag team action, or more, there was a lot that fans were happy to see on Raw, continuing the positive trend in quality for the Red brand in recent months. CM Punk lays the groundwork for his World Heavyweight Championship reign. CM Punk graphic for WWE Raw. Punk celebrated his world title win on Raw. He named several names he wanted to face, like Finn Balor, Sheamus, and John Cena. If WWE follows this up, Punk could have a standout run with the gold. CM Punk opened up Monday Night Raw this week, celebrating his win of the World Heavyweight Championship. During this promo, Punk opened up a whole bunch of possibilities for his reign, naming several who could step up and face him. Punk called out the likes of Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, Sheamus, John Cena, and JD McDonough, all of which would promise some intriguing feuds and good in-ring action. It feels likely that we may see some of these matches during Punk's reign, which can only be a good thing. Logan Paul turns babyface, and then turns heel again. Paul helped CM Punk against the Vision to open Raw. Later in the show, Paul betrayed Punk and joined forces with Paul Heyman. This was an interesting way for Paul to come back to WWE programming. Logan Paul was a very central figure to Monday Night Raw this week, first interrupting World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk during his celebration promo. Paul being the one to come out after Punk listed a lot of names he wanted to face during his reign was a brilliant way to drum up some heat, with Paul then making a claim for being the first one deserving of a title bout. The Vision interrupted, leading to Punk telling Paul to make a decision whether he wanted to fight with him or else leave the ring. Paul left the ring, allowing the Vision to attack Punk, until Paul showed signs of conflict and decided to run back in to help. Seeing Paul show signs of character depth was certainly refreshing, though in typical Paul fashion, he took the coward's way out of a tough situation. To close out Monday Night Raw, Paul once again ran down to Punk's aid as he stood toe-to-toe with the Vision, only to then strike Punk with his brass knuckles. Whether Paul has just struck an alliance with the Vision or actually joined the group full-time is unclear, but it was a nice twist to close out the show. Rey Mysterio returns to face off with Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio had a promo calling himself the King of the Luchadors. Rey and Dominic Mysterio had a great battle on the mic. Fans loved seeing father and son re-establish their rivalry. Just as Dominic Mysterio was bragging once again about being King of the Luchadors, and the best Intercontinental Champion of all time, his father Rey Mysterio made his return to WWE television after being on the shelf for months with an injury. The two went back and forth in a very entertaining segment, the highlight of which saw Dominic tear down Rey for talking about Eddie Guerrero, telling him to keep my father's name out of your mouth. Dominic is hilarious. Rey delivered a strong final statement during their back-and-forth promo battle, telling his son that no matter what Dominic said, all of his claims were untrue as long as Rey was still there. Although their feud had been ongoing off and on for years, it hasn't been since 2023 that these two had a full-blown singles feud, and it is certainly about time for them to clash once again. Women's tag teams are showcased on Raw. Match graphic for Kabuki Warriors vs. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. The Judgment Day defeated Nikki Bella and Stephanie Baker. The Kabuki Warriors beat Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss chased off the heels. For years, WWE's women's tag team division had struggled for depth, star power, and defined teams. On Monday Night Raw this week, fans saw just how far the division had come. There were two big and entertaining women's tag team matches on Raw this week, one which saw the strong pairing of Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez pick up a big win over women's world champion Stephanie Baker and Hall of Famer Nikki Bella. Later in the night, the Kabuki Warriors continued to build momentum in their pursuit of the women's tag team championships as they defeated the love-hate pairing of Bayley and Lyra Valkyria in another strong match. After the bell, the all-star team of champions Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair ran down to chase off the Kabuki Warriors, showcasing just how much talent